Hi everyone, hope you well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Win. Thank you for your continued support across the channel. I really do appreciate it. CoinsKid's growing over 60k subs now, which is amazing. Thank you to you for your contribution, for everything you do. Thank you very much. So diving into Win right now, you can see we're anticipating that bull pennant, but it's not quite played out yet. It's a bit flat. It's still forming a very tightening range though, something like this, okay? Something like this where it is pretty sort of trading sideways, and it's hitting a level of resistance and it's coming back on a level of support. So there's not really much there other than that, you know, you need to see it break out of this level of resistance, back test this red line as support, which is the 50 EMA on the 4-hourly time frame there, because if it can, just like I said yesterday in yesterday's video, if it does break out of this particular key level of resistance right now, you are looking at that extra upside there for Win of around 22%. So you could see that, but obviously, as you're fully aware, Bitcoin is doing what it does and it's going sideways, and it's just the market's a bit flat. But so far we are holding support really well. We are between the EMAs, you can see that. We did break down a little bit yesterday, but we found a key level of support just there. We had a couple of tests there, and you can see it's bounced off it 1, 2, 3, 4 times now, and that's where that wick was as well. So this particular trend is ascending, so you're forming these higher lows, okay, which is good, because obviously as you go up, you don't want to keep going up forever, although we would like to, but as long as you're falling onto a key level of support, it's really good and positive for Win. But what we do need to see, I'm not going to lie to you, you do need to see yourself break out of this and get back above this red line, because effectively you are still in a downtrend on the 4-hourly time frame here because of the bearish cross and the contribution of this. Do you see this? And you're hitting your head, is this some resistance? And eventually, you know, if it gives up on it, you fall out. Okay, so I'm always going to tell you the truth. So what you do need to see is a bit of a pump coming for Win. Carry out this kind of bull pennant triangular formation that we're forming, and as you can see, it is starting to get a bit close. If it starts to get a bit tight here like this in the apex, and the depleting volume down here as well, do anticipate a breakout. Obviously we want to go to the upside, but if Bitcoin rolls over, you know it's going to go to the downside. So do target that, because if it does pump out, you've got a 20% pump to the upside. If it does drop out, you've got obviously the mega pump, the mega dump down there to that particular key level of interest there, that local bottom that we've got going on for Win at the moment. You could see it sort of cascade and sort of fall at least 39% right there for Win. So do keep an eye on that particular breakout that I do expect is actually coming, because the market's getting very flat. And a lot of patterns you're seeing, a lot of projects that the volume's dropping off, and that's always an indicative of a breakout, a very indecisive market. Okay, so that's basically Win covered on the 4-hourly time frame. But what I'm going to do is zoom out again. Just always zoom out just to get a level of reassurance. So on the daily, we're looking relatively healthy now. Do you remember how we was all the way over it there, extended, rolled over? But now you can see we're getting really good levels of support. We're still caught between the EMAs, which is relatively healthy, by the way. I don't want to scare you, but we are healthy on the EMAs there. Like I said to you, if you can get above the 4-hourly EMA now, look what it'll do. It'll actually bring you above this 20 EMA on the daily time frame, back to a step where you could actually start to march on and get a full recovery. But let's take a look at Bitcoin and see what Bitcoin's doing, because Bitcoin is the bloody nuisance. As you can see, Bitcoin is it's a bit rubbish, to be fair. It's kind of just falling down, and I do personally believe that even Bitcoin's getting tight in this particular apex here. It's getting closer and closer to you, and you look at the volume tailing off as well. So it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. It's in a downtrend. It's caught in a bear flag. So potentially you could look at that sort of fallout for Bitcoin down there, which would drag the market with it and essentially Win as well. So do target that. Do target that particular breakdown for Win, coming back down, falling out of this bull pennant that it's got going on, rolling over and coming down to at least test this level here. Okay, so that's basically Win. It's still relatively healthy, but it's so annoying that everything relies on Bitcoin. Like I said, if Bitcoin can sort of crab and go sideways, because this is what could happen as well. Bitcoin just crabs and goes sideways, okay, and then the alts pick up, and especially Win as well, because it's already busted out of this particular bottom, doing really well, back testing consolidation, break above these EMAs, especially the red line there on the 4-hourly time frame, get back above that, start to march on, and that would make the daily look really healthy as well. I just want to have a quick look at the weekly. So like I said to you, the weekly time frame is very overextended on Win, but it has come down, and it's almost, you know, when you look at that yellow line, it's almost there now. So that's good. look at that support there. It's amazing. That's wow. That's an amazing level of support right there off at almost a yellow line. Like I said to you in yesterday's video, when you look back and Win's doing this, because we are in a bull market, I'm not going to lie to you, when Win's done this and it's resting on the previous swing high, swing low, and it's got overextended, you can see what it's doing. It's potentially coming down to test on this previous swing high. If it does come down to that particular level, if it does correct anymore, not that I'm saying it will, but that's what you always anticipate. If it does correct, it usually sits on the previous swing high as a base level of support, because if it starts to lose that, then you're looking at rolling and taking the EMAs with it and then entering a bear market, which I don't anticipate for Win or any particular project at the moment. I don't think we're entering a bear market at all, but nothing I say should be taken as financial advice, and obviously anything can happen. But I think what's happening in Win, we're getting this level of consolidation, back testing support before we actually go on to make these new highs like this, in this uptrend, as I did outline yesterday. So it's boring, it's flat, I know that, and you want to see more progression, and but this is crypto. This is what happens, not just Win, this is across the board. When things go up, they go sideways, come down and correct and test support, and that's basically how it gets, and it gets a bit flat and it gets a bit boring. So just have a quick look at the hourly time frame, see if there's any particular trades that we can see right now. So what you could do is bring up this trend line, okay, because you can see you're coming up, you're in a level of resistance, falling on a level of support. I would anticipate that you could trade in and out of this, because right now on the hourly time frame you're in a bullish cross, okay. See this bullish cross, so you've made a bullish cross, you're coming up, you're back testing this yellow line as support, and you're holding it. The more time goes on and the more you adhere to this particular line, back testing it support, the more you're going to get forced out of this. Do you see that? Yeah. So as this EMA creeps up and you're back testing support, which you are now, you're holding it, the more you back test, time goes on, it pops you out. Depleting volume as well. Look, the volume's tailing off, so that's always indicative of a pop out. So do anticipate the pop out quite soon. Draw these trend lines on your charts, okay, because if you start to see it pop out, and this is what you want to see, you want to see the confirmation, okay, because a lot of people they trade it, but it's called a fake out where it does something like this, comes up, yay, it's broke, but then it gets a wick down and starts to carry out the reversal and actually goes down. So when it actually comes out, zoom in on the hourly time frame. So if it starts to pump out now, you want to look for that back test. You get that back test and it bounces off it, there's your confirmation that your bull pennant is coming to play and you're going to get that more upside. Do you get what I'm saying? And the same as in a reversal as well, you come down, it looks like a nasty wick, and it actually comes back into the pattern and starts to pump to the upside, so that invalidates the short. So what you want to see, if you're going for the short, you want to see it come out, back test the support, bounce off that as resistance, and then there'll be further downside. So that's basically Win. Just a quick little update there. Just keep an eye on this particular pattern, because you see it's tightening up, depleting volume on the hourly, on the 4 hourly. You can see something's happening soon, and quite soon as well. So that's basically Win. Stay strong, stay safe, and most importantly, stay tuned. I'll be back tomorrow with another update. Bye bye.